young man's success.
Once there was a young man. He lived with his mom and dad. His dad said, "You need to get married and have kids." So, his dad found a nice wife for him. They loved each other. A year later, they had a little boy. They were happy, but very poor. The man and his dad worked hard in the fields. The woman and her mom worked hard in the house. But they never had enough food. One day, the man told his dad, "This farm is too small for us. Let me go to the town to find work. I will earn money and bring it home." His dad was sad but said, "Go. The farm is too small for all of us." The man kissed his son and said goodbye to his family. He started the long trip to the town. He traveled for 2 days and finally arrived. He went to a big house and knocked on the door. A man opened it and said, "No work here." The man went to other houses, but everyone said the same thing. He felt tired and hungry. He thought, "I must find work soon, or I will die." Finally, he found a monastery. He knocked on the door, and an old wise man opened it. The man asked, "Can I work for you?" The wise man replied, "If you work for us, you must stay a long time." The man thought, "I will die if I don't get work." He said, "I promise to stay a long time." The wise man smiled and said, "Come in." The next day, the man started his work. The work was not hard, and the wise man and his friends were kind. He worked hard, and they were happy together. At first, the man missed his family, but slowly, he started to forget them. He was happy with the wise man and his friends. They said, "You are honest. You can take care of our money." Many years passed. One day, the man sat in the monastery, counting money. He heard children laughing outside. He looked up and thought, "Is my son happy?" He stood and looked out the window. He thought, "How long have I been here? 5 years, 6 years, no, 10 years." The next morning, the man spoke to the wise man and his friends. He said, "I have worked hard for you for 10 years. Please give me my money and let me go home." The wise man and his friends smiled. They said, "You can choose. We can give you your money or our blessing." The man replied, "I want your blessing, but I also want my money." The wise man said, "We owe you $400 silver dollars, but each blessing costs $100. The man felt sad, but said, "Give me your blessing. It is better than the money." The first wise man blessed him, saying, "Always go straight. Never turn left or right." The second wise man blessed him, saying, "You will be a guest. Obey your host, and take what he gives you." The third wise man blessed him, saying, "Do not get angry. Always think before you act." Then the wise man gave the man $400 silver dollars. The man left the monastery and met two men walking on the road. They said, "Walk with us." The man agreed. Soon they came to a crossroads. One man said, "Follow me. I will show you a better path." He turned left and started walking. The other man followed him, but the man remembered the first wise man's blessing. He smiled and said to his friends, "I must go straight." He said goodbye and continued on the road. He crossed a river and walked up a hill. He heard shouts and looked back. He saw the two men being attacked by robbers. He wanted to help them, but there were too many robbers, and they were strong. He thought, "The first blessing saved my life. I must keep going." He walked for a long time. He was hungry, thirsty, and tired. It was getting dark, and he needed a place to sleep. He was scared of wild animals. He walked faster and finally saw a light in the distance. He ran towards it and saw a small house on a hill. He knocked on the door, and an old man opened it. The old man had white hair and fine clothes. He said, "You are welcome. Come in." The man followed the old man inside and sat down. The old man said, "Wait here. I will get some water and wash your feet." The man felt ashamed. He thought, "I can't let this old man wash my feet." The old man went to get water. The man wanted to take the water from him, but he remembered what the wise man said. So he sat still, and the old man washed his feet. The old man clapped his hands. A young girl came into the room with food. The old man told her to feed the man. The girl did not move. The man saw she was blind. The old man told her again to feed him. The girl fed the man, and he ate well. Then he lay down and slept all night. In the morning, the man thanked the old man and said he must go. The sun was up. The man could now see the old man clearly. The old man looked different. His teeth were long and sharp. His eyes were small and cruel. The man thought, "Is he a man or a monster?" The old man said, "You are lucky. You did not refuse my hospitality. I washed your feet, and you let me. I gave you food, and you ate it. Others came to my house. They did not let me wash their feet or eat my food, so I killed them." He pointed to the ground, and the man saw bodies. He felt very scared. He asked, "Why didn't you kill the girl?" The old man laughed and said, "I took her eyes. Now she is my servant." The man thought, "I must get away from this terrible man." He said, "Thank you. Goodbye. God bless you." He started to walk away. But the old man called him back. He said, "Wait, I hack something for you." The old man went inside and came out with a sack. He gave the sack to the man. The man ran away down the road. The sack was heavy. He stopped under a tree and opened it. Inside were silver dollars. He tried to count them, but there were too many. He thought, "The wise men saved my life again. Their blessing has made me rich." The man walked quickly down the road. He thought, "My dear parents and wife will be very happy. I can take care of them now." He walked for a long time. The sun was high, and he was hot and tired. But he knew the road well. He was almost home. He came to a church by the side of the road. A crowd was watching an old man and a boy fighting. The man felt angry. He thought, "What a bad boy. He is not respecting that old man." He wanted to hit the boy, but remembered the wise men's blessing. He turned to a woman and asked what was happening. The woman said, "These people are very poor. The old man is the boy's grandfather. 10 years ago, his son left him to find work. The old man has been very sad and wanted to die. His grandson is trying to stop him." The man cried and said, "Oh, my father, my child." He pushed through the crowd, took the boy's arm, and looked into his eyes. He said, "My son." The old man had fallen to the ground. The man helped him up and said, "Father." The old man looked at him and said, "Is it really you? Have you come home?" The man said, "Yes, Father. I will never leave you again." The man went home with his father and son. His mother and wife kissed him, but then they cried. They said, "We have no food. We ate our last meal yesterday." The man opened his sack and showed them the silver dollars. He said, "I have come home to live, not to die. The wise men have blessed me, and we will be happy for the rest of our lives."